My name is Dave Wilhelm. I'm a professor at Wake Technical Community College in Raleigh, North Carolina. I teach seated and online classes. This video is one in a series to try and ensure that my online students get the same information as my seated students. This topic is on how to submit a quiz. It's applicable to Blackboard at Wake Tech and specifically my courses at Wake Tech, although most of the principles apply generally. The steps are, well, take the quiz. There will be some immediate feedback on the answers you gave, which ones are correct versus incorrect, but not the answers. You can check the status at any time by going into Tools and Communication, My Grades, and that will show you the same information as you can get by where you took the quiz. After the deadline, the answers, correct answers, will also be provided. Because the answers are not provided until after the deadline, to get the correct answers, you do have to go in through Tools and Communication, My Grades. In my classes specifically, you get 5 tries on each quiz, and the highest score counts. Hello? What's that, you might ask? Well, the idea is that the quizzes are primarily a learning mechanism rather than just an assessment mechanism, though you do get a score. Okay, let's go do a demonstration so you can see how this works.
I'm using Microsoft Internet Explorer for this demonstration. Our IT department strongly suggests Mozilla Firefox, but Mozilla Firefox has some fatal flaws if you want to go back into My Grades and check on your previous scores. So either Google Chrome or Microsoft Internet Explorer are the browsers to use, although, except for this, Mozilla Firefox works pretty well. I assume you've logged into Blackboard as well as selected your course. If it's one of my courses, you will see a high-level menu at the left-hand side of the screen. All of my courses look pretty similar. You come in at the announcement section, and to take a quiz, well, click on Quizzes right over here. Then click on the quiz you wish to take, and in this case let's use Quiz Chapter 11 for this example. Click on the quiz title, in this case Quiz Chapter 11, and you'll see a bit of information. It says here we've got 1 hour to finish it, which should be more than enough. You will be notified when time expires. You may continue or submit. Once started, you have to complete the quiz in one sitting, and it allows multiple attempts. If you'd like to begin, click Begin. You cannot click the begin in the sentence. You have to click the begin over here in the lower right hand side, or if you've changed your mind, click Cancel. So let's begin. And a little more, it reminds us that the test has a time limit of 1 hour, and already we've used 9 seconds, so better get to work. Question 1, match the human resource job elements with their definitions. Let's see. Summary of the objectives of a job, the type of work to be done. That sounds like a job description. Written summary of the minimum qualifications. That sounds like job specification. So the job analysis must be item C, study of what employees do who hold various jobs. First step in the performance appraisal process should be establishing standards. Let's see. prohibits employment decisions based on race, religion, color, sex, or national origin. That would be Title VII. Requires employers to give disabled applicants the same consideration as for people without disabilities, and that's Americans with Disabilities Act. And normally you would answer all the questions, but this is a demonstration. And I'd hate to look foolish if I got too many wrong. So when you're done, save and submit. And it does give me a nice warning saying that some of my questions may be incomplete. I can cancel and complete them, but I will click OK and proceed. Comes to this screen where it says click OK to review results. Once again, if I click on this OK, nothing happens, but if I click on this OK in the lower right hand corner, it will it will show me the web page you are viewing. Do you want to close this tab? No. Yes, okay. So here it will tell me this question. I got 2 out of 2 points. 1 out of 1. Whoa, 0 out of 5. Wrong here. It will tell me the wrong questions and the correct ones, but it will not give me answers until after the instructor has released the answers. And there's a hard deadline for quizzes. Shortly after the deadline, I release the answers, but to see the answers, you will have to go check the stat. I release the answers shortly after the deadline for the quiz, but of course then you cannot enter the quiz here, but you can go through my grades and review the quiz. When we're done with the review, we can, one other thing I wanted to point out, it also tells you the attempt score. Mine was 5 out of 27, so there were 27 points possible. I just got 5 of them. When you're done with the review, click OK. And that will take us back to the quizzes section. If the correct answers had been released, you could see them, but of course I don't release the answers until after the deadline, so that wouldn't work. Recall you do get 5 attempts at each quiz, and the highest score counts, so if you would like to come back and try again, if you've gone somewhere else, you may have to click on quizzes again to get back here. Back to quiz 11, click on the quiz title again, and it will give us the basic information and says click begin to start, and we have to click begin over here. Whoa, test previously taken. Test already completed. Click OK to review results of last attempt, but that's not what we want to do in this case, or take the test again. And if we click on take the test again phrase, we will have another shot at the quiz. First step in the performance appraisal process should be establishing standards, identify whether each of the descriptions would be included in a job description or specification. Negotiating prime shelf space, that's something they do. 2 years sales experience, that sounds like a personal characteristic, so specification. High school diploma and 2 years of college credit, sounds like a spec. Stocking and maintaining, sounds like a job description. Prohibits employment decisions based on race, religion, color, Title VII there. A flex time plan gives employees some freedom to choose when they work. And that's enough for now. Let's save and submit. I know the questions may be incomplete, but that's okay. Click OK to review results. Yes. Here they are. Once again, it tells us how many points we got in each case and the answer we gave, but not the correct answer. When we're done reviewing that, click OK, and then anywhere else you may wish to go. To review the status, we go to Tools and Communication, My Grades. By this time, I'm assuming that the deadline is passed and the instructor, that is me, has released the grades. So we cannot go in through the quiz and review it. However, we can review the results going into Tools and Communications over here, then My Grades, and here they are. Notice there are three sections in My Grades. There are the graded items, the submitted but not graded, and the upcoming deliverables that have been neither submitted nor, of course, graded. Quizzes are graded automatically, so those scores pop up immediately, though the answers may not. One somewhat weird characteristic on how Blackboard reports quiz scores is the grade is reported as a percentage. The grade is reported as a percentage, but the average and median are reported as a raw score out of the maximum score. I know that there's a total of 27 points, I believe, for the quiz chapter 11. But if we'd like to get more information on how we did on the quiz, check for the correct answers, we can click on the quiz title. That will take us to all of the attempts. And it looks like I didn't do too well, so perhaps, and up here is the number of points possible. That was shown when you first reviewed the quiz, but you probably weren't thinking about it then. So points possible is 27, so we can relate the average and the median, make a little more sense out of that compared to our own score. Meanwhile, if we would like to check our scores and the individual answers, let's check the highest score, 20%. There is all our work, and now this time they're giving us the correct answers as well, because the instructor would have released the correct answers by now. When you're done reviewing that, click OK down here when done, and click OK again. And then once again, go wherever you want to go. Perhaps to the announcement page forever, or wherever. That concludes the demonstration.
You have seen how to take a quiz, how to take it a second time, and how to go through Tools and Communication My Grades to check your scores. Just a couple reminders. Again, it's for my quizzes. Get 5 tries, highest score counts. I used Internet Explorer for the demonstration. Mozilla Firefox is highly recommended by the IT folks, but it has a fatal flaw in that you cannot check your quiz results or homework results by going into My Grades. So Google Chrome and Microsoft Internet Explorer do work for that, at least currently. Mozilla Firefox does not, though Mozilla Firefox does work for most things. That's it for quiz submission. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me.